Yeah, so I think, as you said something before the show started, and I want to make sure that we say that again. The greatest founder trait is what advice not to take, right? The worst thing you can do is to take whatever I'm saying and try to absolutely apply to that, to your world, to your product, to your industry, right? So just take everything with a pinch of salt. So if you really look at, if you listen to how Slack started or LinkedIn started or any of these products started, you'll essentially hear one very common refrain. And that is why people say the Bay Area is amazing or the tech network is amazing. They'd say, hey, I started this, so I reached out to all my friends who work in all of these tech companies and I said, hey, I got something super cool, why don't you try it out, right? But the message you want to take away is not that you need friends. The message you want to take away is that over optimizing for this beautiful funnel building, inbound driven, blah, 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 before you've got product market fit is actually chasing the wrong goalpost, right? Your first 5 customers can come anyway. They could be your neighbors, they could be your friends, they could be your ex-colleagues, it could be something you optimize for SEO, it could be anything, right? And the point really is, how do you get an early segment of users that define your ideal customer profile? Because when you build a product, surely you built for a certain pain, right? You built for saying, hey, revenue leaders have this problem. They don't know how to forecast their funnel. So I'm solving for that problem. So you know that the person you're solving for is the VP of sales or head of sales or CRO or whatever, right? So that is more important. So much that at Uniphore, I'm building a stealth project. And what we've done is we've actually bought 8 to 10 of our ideal customers in the room, even before we wrote the first line of code. And that is super important. It is never too early to have your customers in the room. If you come from the industry and you have a strong hunch, your first 5 customers literally could be network, it could be any of those things, right? The point is, how do you get a representative sample large enough, which allows you to make sure that you're headed towards the right product market fit? Because even if you're from the industry and you felt the pain, the product you built is not guaranteed a product market fit. So my advice would be very, very simple. Your first 5 customers literally is the easiest way you can get in front of 5 people who look like your ICP, who validate the pain point that you're articulating, have general agreement with the direction you're pointing to in terms of this, does this look like a good solution, and are willing to commit some time and effort with a product that's not entirely market ready, right? Because if you're going to wait for market readiness, you're probably launching a little late, right? So that's what I would say. The only caveat I would add to it, and we can discuss that in subsequent minutes of this conversation, is please seek your early customers in the market you hope is your market for life. What I mean by that is, when we say product market fit, there's a product constituent to it, there's a market constituent to it, right? So if you go for comfort, which is, let me go for my first 5 customers where I live, let's say you live in India, but your real market is the United States, then what will happen is you'll either be encumbered with a lot of deliveries that are pending here, or you'll optimize your product for the realities of this market, right? And when you really want to transition to the market you want to grow in, there's an entire relearning process. I actually have a radical opinion which says product market fit has to be rediscovered per market, especially for enterprise software. Now, if you're doing SMB, that might not be the case, right? Where everything is inbound, it's online, everyone's looking for the same thing. Again, there may be a lot of nuances with market, but in enterprise, your product market fit is per market. That's the reason why a lot of US-based startups never leave the US or leave the US after 10 or 15 years. One, because there's great market depth. And 2, they realize that just launching in the UK or Europe is not like, flicking open another state. It is an entirely new market, entirely new product market fit. So that's really my thought. It might not sound helpful, but the message for you is, don't get too caught in a formula to get the first 5 customers. Any way you can find 5 is a good way to get them.